Hey everyone, Nick Berlin with Berlin Builds. Today, I don't have a project video for you. I'm just giving you a quick update. I quit my job. I gave my 2 weeks notice about 4 weeks ago. Actually, yeah, it was 4 weeks ago today. And so I worked out my last 2 weeks building custom homes. And then for the past 2 weeks, I've been doing finished carpentry under my own license, under my own name. Yeah, it's crazy and it's fun. And some of you might be wondering, why on earth did you quit a really good job with really good people? And sometimes I wonder that myself. And I'm just gonna talk about that a little bit today. Now, before I get too far into this video, if you hear a little chirping in the background, we've got some baby chicks that are out here in the garage. You're gonna hear them talking. They're, yeah, baby chicks, gotta love them, right? So, anyways, since I was a little kid, I wanted to own my own business. And when I was a Boy Scout once upon a time, and I was an Eagle Scout, and to become an Eagle Scout, you have to go to this Eagle Scout Board of Review or something like that. And I remember they asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up, and I said, I want to own businesses. And I remember they laughed because it was plural, not just own a business, but I wanted to own businesses. So this is something I've always wanted, was to own my own business, but multiple businesses. So owning my own business is something that I've been working towards for a long time. I'm 29 years old now. I graduated from college about 4 years ago, and for the past 4 years, it's something that's been on my mind, and I've been gearing my life to that. My wife and I, we've been on the same team this whole time. She's been awesome. She's wanted us to have our own business too, and we've saved, and we've practiced and different things like that. But there's no experience like actually jumping in and doing it. And it's been interesting. The last 2 weeks, I had jobs lined up for every day, except for one day when I was up in Idaho on vacation. And I learned a ton. I thought I already knew how to do finished carpentry, and there's a lot of things that, I mean, I don't want to tell you I know everything, right? But I can get by. And it's been a completely different experience working for other people and getting paid to do it, as opposed to just helping someone out. Another thing that was interesting too is I actually learned a new skill. I mean, I've learned a few new skills, but one in particular was how to cope baseboards. That's something I've never had to do before. Our first home that me and Haley had together up in Idaho, we actually owned a little trailer home, and it had a baseboard that I put in that had a profiled edge, and I did inside miter corners. I remember being frustrated by them and thinking that they were stupid and not knowing that coping was really the way to go at the time. But that's something that I've learned how to do. Here's a little video clip of me doing that. Getting into coping, I was nervous doing it, but once I started doing it, I thought it was really fun. So if you haven't coped something before, don't be too intimidated by it. It's not as bad as you might think it is. I had a job lined up for this week that was gonna roll Monday through Friday. It was doing a whole basement trim. And on Saturday, the guy called and canceled, which is unfortunate because I'd lined him up for this whole week. And so I've been making some little side tables, and tomorrow I'm gonna be making some like church pew style benches and different things just to keep me busy, kind of practice up my skills and just make a little bit of income throughout this week. But I am excited. I am super excited to own my own business. I'm excited to make my own way in life. It's been interesting because every time I've had a job, you're always directed in what to do. And being a superintendent, you do a lot of the directing. You go, hey, you go here on this date, you're gonna show up, right? And in a way, you're really in charge of your jobs, but at the same time, you're still answering to your bosses, your managers, and their timeline, their schedule. They assign which house you work on. You don't necessarily get to pick and choose what you're doing. And that's something I'm really excited about having our own business is I'm my own man. I choose, I get to make decisions. Now, obviously I need to get clients. Now that's its own thing, right? But it's kind of cool to be able to control my own destiny. So I'm really excited about that. Obviously, I'm new to owning my own business, so I'm really grateful for the subscribers that we have. So just know I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you wanting to watch these things that I put out there, so thank you. But if any of you guys have experience with running a business or something, a construction company or any business really, please, any advice or tips that you've got, please put them in the comments below. I'm new to this. I'm totally down to learn. And if you've got some tips and tricks for finished carpentry, feel free to post those too. I'm learning. I'm not gonna say I'm the best trim carpenter out there in the world. I mean, I do a decent job and I have fun doing it, but I'm always down to learn how to do things differently. So kind of random, but while I was filming this video, my parents sent me a text message. They were going through some old boxes in their basement or somewhere in their house, and they found this picture. This is something that I drew back in 2nd grade, and I just think it's funny that right when I was telling you guys about becoming a finished carpenter, this is the picture that they sent over. Crazy coincidence, right? Sometimes I guess your 2nd grade dreams that you drew out do come true. One of the lessons that I've learned over the past 2 weeks of doing this is that I need to be faster. Yeah, a lot faster. There's a couple things that I thought would take me a half day and it would spill into like a day and a half. One took me 2 days. I mean, just different things that I was like, oh man, what am I doing? And part of it is just my confidence in my cuts. I'm kind of double checking and triple checking, which I don't feel too bad about. And I know I'll get faster at that as time goes on. But those are some of the things that I've learned, is just that I need to increase my speed. So a few things that I saw that were slowing me down that I was able to kind of correct was the circular saw that I had. I had a really nice circular saw that I used that was my previous works, which I gave back to them when I quit working for them. So I had like a Walmart special circular saw and the blade was on the right. So whenever I was cutting any sort of particle board shelving, I was down like this, trying to get a good spot in the blade, and I had to go kind of slow. So I went and picked up a battery powered circular saw with the blade on the left, which makes it a lot easier for me to see, which will be a lot more comfortable, but also faster for me to use. Also, it's battery powered, so I'd always have to rob something else from a power cord to plug in my circular saw. Usually it was the table saw I was robbing from. But now that it's battery powered, I'm hoping that will save me time. Another thing that I went and picked up was a laser level. That way, when I'm laying out closets, I can just set my level line and just run my hook strip up to it instead of having to draw out all of my layout lines. I'm thinking that will save me time. Also, since it has a plumb feature on the laser level, I'm hoping to be using that while I'm hanging doors instead of having to keep double checking with my hand level to see where I'm at with being plumb. I'm hoping that the laser level will make me go faster. Now you might be wondering, Nick, what's gonna happen to Berlin Builds, my most favorite YouTube channel ever? I'm gonna keep doing it. Hopefully I'll actually have more time to be doing YouTube videos. I know the past little while I haven't put anything out, and that's just because I've been super busy with starting a business. But I'm hoping to be doing more videos about finished carpentry, obviously, because that's something I'm gonna be doing a lot of. But I have a lot of builds in the pipeline. I've got these 6 baby chicks. We've got 3 full-grown chickens in the backyard. And so we're gonna be looking at 9 chickens total, and my coop is too small. So you're gonna see a chicken coop build coming up here in the soon-ish future. That's a word, soonish future. So that's gonna be happening. We've got a lot of different wall treatments that we're gonna be doing. I've got some faux beams that are on my list to do in the tray ceilings of our house. And that's something I'm gonna learn through. So I'm hoping to be doing some videos on that. There's a lot of really cool things that I'm excited to do in the pipeline. So feel free to keep watching. Another lesson that I've learned over the past couple of weeks is that I need to advertise more. When I first set out doing this business, I posted on Facebook and I got a ton of responses. And I did a bunch of measures and I won a few jobs doing it that way. Then all of a sudden Facebook kind of dried up. So I've refreshed that Facebook ad, but I haven't been getting as many messages on Facebook as I did originally. So I'm looking at different options. One is branding my truck and my trailer. Right now I have a little thing that says Berlin Builds YouTube, but no one knows what that means. That doesn't mean finished carpentry. So that's something that I'm gonna be doing, is branding my truck, as well as doing different things on a local kind of news website, that's the state of Utah. I'm gonna be putting an ad up on there. I've been considering doing Facebook ads. I don't totally know, but if you guys have suggestions on good ways to market your construction company, please let me know. I'm really interested to learn. Thanks so much for watching this video today, guys. I hope this was interesting or entertaining to know a little bit about this random guy in Utah and what he's doing with his life. I'm having fun, my family's having fun. I'm feeling all the feels. I'm super happy and excited that I'm working for myself, and I'm also terrified and nervous because paychecks just don't come every 2 weeks like they used to. Now I've got to make them come. And I've also got to figure out all this different stuff with finances, and there's so many nuances and fun things that I didn't even know I had to do, but now I know that I need to do them. And there's things that I still don't know what I need to do that I'm sure I need to be doing. So we're having a lot of fun. Feel free to follow along. I'm probably going to be talking more about my business as we're going with this too, just because that's what I'm doing. So I like to talk about what I'm doing. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Have a good day.